Pokemon Nuzlocks have become a staple in Pokemon content creator media. Anything from the most basic to the most hardcore Nuzlocke can be an experience for anyone to watch or play. I've seen many creators born through Pokemon challenges and wanted to give it a crack. Personally, I've played Pokemon since I was a little Mario, and I've never attempted a Nuzlocke of anything until now. This is going to be my glorious entry into Pokemon challenges, a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Fire Red. Here are the rules. Regular rules apply where only the first encounter per area can be caught. I have to nickname everything, unless I forget, CAC-W, and any Pokemon that faints is dead or banned cannot be used. However, we are also implementing the following hardcore rules. No items in battle, battles are in set mode, no leveling past the gym leader or Elite Four's ace. I also opted for a no species clause. This way, in my opinion, it could be harder. If I only run into Pidgeys, I essentially only get useless birds. And finally, for fun, since I Twitch streamed the journey, every time I lose a Pokemon, I gift a sub on Twitch. Do definitely recommend following me on Twitch, link in the description. It's time to start my comical adventure into the world of Kanto, hardcore Nuzlocke time. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments what your favorite Gen 1 Pokemon is. Without further ado, let's get going. We begin by choosing the best starter, Charmander, because why not have a free advantage? Our rival D-Bag starts with Squirtle, and we scratch it away for our first win. We were supposed to nickname it Hyperion, but actually forgot to nickname it because I'm an idiot. We get the parcel, bring it to Oak, get the Pokedex, and we finally get our first encounter, Pidgey. And we fucking kill it, thanks to a critical hit. This will be a theme in the challenge, by the way, stay tuned for more. Next we headed to Route 22. We really want to encounter Mankey to make life much easier for Brock, and for the moment of truth, thank God. We don't crit it, and we successfully catch our first wild Pokemon. We nickname it Ruggles. Let me know if you guys can pick up on the nickname theme. After a little of monkey training, we move on to Route 2 and catch a Pidgey, who we nickname Raid Raptor. Can you guess the theme now? Then we go into Viridian Forest, where our first encounter is a Weedle. We catch it and call it Needleworm. We start a serious grinding session to get our team underneath Brock's Ace Onix, level 14, and then we go to the gym and fight. First is Geodude, and we use Mankey to kick the rocks. 2 low kicks take out Geodude, and they even gained level. That's pretty cool. Then Onix came out, and because this Onix is so thick, 1 low kick took it out, gaining us the Boulder Badge. We move on to Route 3, destroy all the trainers with ease, and during the process, Needleworm evolved into a Kakuna, Hyperion evolved into a Charmeleon, and Needleworm reached its final form, Beedrill. Then we head into the grass for our encounter, which is a Spearow, which we epically destroy. Sometimes I seriously underestimate the strength of Pokemon. We head into Mount Moon and actually have a plan to semi-manipulate the encounter we're going to have today. We're going to use the good old Repel trick. First, we kept our Needleworm at level 12. We started off with a strong Pokemon in our party and used the Repel all the way until we got to the basement of Mount Moon. Then we swapped to our Beedrill. Therefore, our only encounters can be Paris or Clefairy. We roll the dice and end up getting a Clefairy, which we catch and nickname... Never mind, forgot the nickname again because I'm CAC-W. Anyway, we grinded our way through the cave without any issues. On our way out, we chose the Dome Fossil. I knew that if I didn't mention, everyone would ask... Wait, wrong video. Before we get to Cerulean, we talk to the Fighting Bros and teach Mega Kick to Clefairy and Mega Punch to Ruggles. We also need to have our encounter, which ends up being Rattata. We catch it and nickname it Giant Rat. We heal up, and right now, our team wouldn't be able to beat Misty. In fact, we would lose pretty devastatingly. So we head north and take on D-Bag. He starts with a Pidgeotto, and I start with Charmeleon. Ember does a third, and we get hit by the inevitable Sand Attack. We try attacking a bit, but keep missing. At this point, I see no way around this. A sacrifice is necessary. I switch to Raid Raptor, who gets wrecked. Most importantly, this gets the sand out of our eyes. We switch back to Charmeleon, Pidgeotto uses Quick Attack, and we use Ember. Pidgeotto uses another Quick Attack, and then another Ember finishes it off. Next, he takes on Squirtle, so we don't die potentially to Water Gun. We switch to Ruggles and take a Withdraw. Great. We use Karate Chop and take a Water Gun. We do it again, get a crit, he attacks us back, we attack it one more time for the knockout. Albert is next, and we punch it in the face. Finally is a Rattata, take a Quick Attack, and chop it for game. We send Raptor to the bandbox and then go back north to take out the trainers on the Nugget Bridge. Team Rocket asks us to join them and we tell them, no way, you ain't cool, and prep for our next encounter. Our Needleworm is level 14 and we activate a Repel to get a 100% chance to encounter an Oddish. We catch it and forget to nickname it again. What is wrong with me? It has a relaxed nature which flows. Since we aren't using the species clause, we head up to the next route and we will do the same trick to encounter another Oddish. We catch it, and hopefully it will have a better nature. And it's Calm. Calm is plus special defense, minus attack, which is Poggers. And we remember to nickname it, Glow Up Bulb. How amazing. We do need to train it so it can beat Misty effortlessly. So we slay the trainers up north, and Bill gives a golden ticket to Wonkaland. By the way, Glow Up Bulb is insane. Check out this fight against a Slowpoke. This thing no confusion. This thing might no confusion. Hope it doesn't. Good enough. Good enough. Alright. I won't die to a confusion even if it has it. Even better. Yep, paralyze. Yep, paralyze. Yep. Oh. Oh, Glow Up Bulb. Oh, how I've missed you. Oh. Guys, this Glow Up Bulb is insane. Look at this. A crit, 3 paralysis turns in a row. Fucking godly. No wonder Glow Up Bulb got banned. Look at this fucking thing. It's just killing everything. We still have a little work to do before the next gym. We go to the vandalized house and take on the Rocket Grunt, destroy him, and get the Dig TM. We head down to the next route and get a Meowth for the pickup ability and nickname it Rescue Cat. We proceed to Route 6 to train our Glow Up Bulb a little more. When it hits level 21 and evolves into Gloom, which is perfect for Misty. Speaking of Misty, time to beat her up. She starts with Staryu and uses Harden. We taught Bullet Seed to Bulb and used it, almost killing it. She healed and we used Absorb. It used Water Pulse, not confusing us, and we killed the Staryu. She brings out Starmie and she uses Swift. I try Sleep Powder and it misses. She swifts again and I hit a Sleep Powder. She stays asleep for 2 turns while I absorb for 2 turns. It stays asleep for 1 more turn and Bullet Seed takes it out, winning the Cascade badge. We now go south and encounter another Pidgey in the next route, which we do catch and call it Lyrilisk. After reaching Vermilion, we get the bike voucher and head to Route 11 to grind on the trainers for that sweet money and experience. But then, sadness happens. When fighting this random trainer in his Nidorino, I was using Beedrill because I should be able to safely kill it. It used a focus energy, which I kinda disregarded, until it got a critical hit peck. That was truly, truly sad. Ruggles killed the Nidorino right after that. After paying respects, we head to the Diglett Cave and get our next encounter, a Diglett. We catch it and nickname it Grand Mole. We go buy a bike for free and proceed to grind up our Grand Mole in order to decimate Lieutenant Surge, but... Can I scratch this thing to death unless I die? No fucking way! What? What? Oh my god. This is a fucking joke. No way. Yeah, that didn't work so well. Without a Diglett to easily wreck Surge's team, our next step is to go onto the boat where we find some trainers and we grind on them for their experience and dollar bills. We eventually get to D-Bag, and this battle is worth talking about. He starts Pidgeotto and we start Charmeleon. We burn it in the face and it throws sand in our eyes. Then it uses Quick Attack and we miss our Ember. We use another Ember and miss, and he uses Gust. We hit an Ember and he uses another Gust, and after a Quick Attack we knock it out with Fire. He switches to War Turtle and we sub into our Bulb and it uses Withdraw. He uses Withdraw again and we use Sleep Powder. We then proceed to spit seeds in its face until it dies in its sleep, and out comes Kadabra. It tries to use Disable, stopping our seeds, and we hit it with a Sleep Powder. Then we switch into Charmeleon and hit it with Claws of Metal. It wakes up and disables our Claws of Metal. It uses Confusion and we scratch to death. Finally comes Raticate and we switch to Ruggles, who takes a Hyper Fang to half health. Since we're faster though, we chop it and it died. Maybe permanently. After that, we rub the captain's back and he teaches us how to cut down trees. With this extremely important skill in our arsenal, we teach it to our rescue cat and actually head to Route 9. We still need to grind our team before we attempt to take on Surge, plus I have a top secret backup plan / possibility. We wreck all the trainers and then head to Rock Tunnel for our top secret backup plan / possibility. We have a level 17 Clefairy, and the plan is to enter the basement and use a repel to try and encounter a Geodude or Onix for Lieutenant Surge. The repel eliminates the chance of encountering a Zubat. If we get lucky, our Surge battle will become really easy, and it's another Mankey. Oh well, we catch it once again, and forget to nickname it because I'm Monka. We have no choice now. We grind up our main members to 24, and proceed to talk to Surge and challenge him to fight. He starts with Voltorb and we start with our Bulb. It uses Shockwave for nothing and we spit acid at it. It does another Shockwave and we spit seeds in its face. Then it uses Sonic Boom for solid 20 damage and we kill it. Next is Pikachu and it starts with Double Team, so naturally we miss Sleep Powder. It does it again, but we hit Sleep Powder, thank God. We switch to Ruggles and it uses a full heal. We taught Ruggles Dig beforehand and we went underground and it used another Double Team. We missed the Dig and it used another Double Team. Let's forget the fact that I forgot to heal Ruggles beforehand, lol. We try another Dig and it misses a Thunder Wave, then our Dig actually hits and kills it. Raichu is final. It starts with Double Team and we go underground. It misses a Shockwave and Dig strikes, doing more than half. We take a Shockwave, Dig again, and it hits us for the win. Deathless run, luckily, because Double Team could have ended the whole thing. We get the third badge and it's time to move on. Now we enter Rock Tunnel with the attempt to go through the other end, and it was literally seamless. No issues, no complaints. We heal up at Lavender Town and go west to Route 8, then after a trainer battle we get our next encounter. We got another Meowth, which is really cool because of pickup. We forget to nickname it again, but then I remembered, Lavender Town has a name raider, so we proceed to nickname our Pokemon we forgot about. We nicknamed Clefairy Moki Moki, and we continued our nickname for Charmeleon Hyperion. Then we name our other Meowth Knucklegal 1. Fun fact, I thought about training Knucklegal 1 to have payday all day, and saw it got hurt by a sludge really badly and immediately changed my mind. We don't need another death. Through our training, Ruggles evolved into Primeape, becoming Monka Prime, its final form. Good job, Ruggles, reaching your final form like that. We head to Route 7 for our encounter and find another Pidgey, but it actually uses Whirlwind and escapes. Oh well, no third Pidgey for me. What a shame. With that disappointment out of the way, we head to Erica's gym and grind on all those female trainers to make our Charmeleon much stronger. Giggity. Before the gym battle, we go out of our way to get a coin case and buy some coins so I can buy a charcoal and give it to Hyperion, since its best move is Ember. We also teach Aerial Ace to Ruggles, just in case we need the flying move in the very near future. Speaking of the very near future, we challenge Erica to battle. She starts with Victory Bell and we start with Hyperion. We use Ember for half damage and misses a Stun Spore. We burn her to death and she takes out Tangela next. We set our ball of spaghetti on fire and she takes out Vileplume last. Ember does just under half and we get paralyzed by Stun Spore. It spits acid in our face and Charmeleon crits it with fire, winning us the 4th badge. That was pretty easy, all things considering. With that done, we move on to the Rocket Game corner in order to get the Sylph Scope. Truly unfortunate events occurred with a coughing. It exploded all over my Bulb's face, and that was it for my Bulb. Bulb will be missed. By the way, my Twitch chat said I should get the Eevee, and I wanted a Vaporeon, so I did that and named it Deep Diva. And check out that nature. Isn't that just the best possible nature for an Eevee evolution in Gen 3? That's what I thought. Anyway, that Giovanni fight. He starts with Onix, and I start with Ruggles. He kicked his hard Sneck to death. Good job, Ruggles. Then we kicked his Rhino in the face. All that was left was Kangaskhan. We kicked it in the face, but it took it and punched us back. We chopped it to death, and that was that. We got the Sylph Scope and went over to Lavender Town to begin our initiation as a Ghost Buck. D-Bag is here, paying his respects for his Raticate that Ruggles chopped to death. Regardless, he gets angry and fights us. He always starts with the bird, and we start with Moki Moki. He attacks us twice, and 2 Mega Kicks to its face knock it out. Next is Growlithe, and since Intimidate weakened Moki Moki, we switch into Diva, who gets hit by fire. Water Pulse takes it out. Next up is Omelette, and we try to Water Pulse it, and then get attacked by Seeds, but Diva is too evasive, so we try another Water Pulse, and it hits us with Confusion. One more Pulse of Water takes it out. Next is Kadabra, and we splash it a little bit. It misses a Disable, and we quickly attack it to finish it off. Final Pokemon is Wartortle, and we try Water Pulse and it uses Withdraw. We splash it again and it bites us inappropriately, I might add. This exchange keeps going until we win the match. With that out of the way, it's time to get our encounter out of the way, and as you guessed, it's a Ghastly. We catch it and nickname it Ghost Fog. I have very special plans for our friendly ghost. Once we clear the tower of the Team Rocket, we get the Poke Flute, then we train us a Ghost Fog a bit, so it isn't completely useless. We went until it evolved into a Haunter. Next on our plan is to catch the big fat Snorlax of Route 16. We use Ghost Fog mostly because he's completely immune to Snorlax. After literally 14 minutes, we caught it and nicknamed it Triff because he's pretty bulky. We have a long way to go before we reach level cap for Koga, so you can bet a ridiculous amount of grinding is about to take place. First grinding place is the Rude Bikers, and for the most part this is pretty straightforward until this battle. Cue Ball Isaiah. His Machop was no problem, but then it took out this 5000 IQ Machamp. Ghost Fog missed putting it to sleep, and then it used Foresight. I switched it to Diva, who took some damage, then we switched back into Ghost Fog, and it used Foresight. It pro-played me really hard, so I switched into Vaporeon. It took some damage, I tried using a Water Pulse, and it killed Vaporeon with Revenge. To top it off, I switched Haunter back out, and it missed Hypnosis again, and the Machamp used Foresight again. Eventually we killed it, but man, it kept using Foresight almost every turn I switched back into Haunter. It was ridiculous. Eventually it went to sleep, and eventually we killed it, but oh well. Deep Diva can now rest amongst the departed. Maybe we'll get a better water type than an adamant Vaporeon. After that, we caught a Fearow and called it Lockbird. Nothing too excited, it's just another bird. We changed plans and went to the second big fat Snorlax, and ended up catching that one just in case it had a better nature than Triff, before I started putting some serious effort into it. Not only did it have a worse nature, but we forgot to nickname it as well. I am not even surprised at this point. After that, we told the fisherman he was really cool and his rod was pretty super, so he gave us his super rod. Giggity. But for real, this rod is going to help fill out our team. We flew to Viridian City and fished up a Poliwhirl. Once we caught it and nicknamed it Frog the Jam, we immediately flew to Cerulean and found the person who would train Zinx the Jinx for it. Post-edit note, my consensus Twitch agreed that it was okay to do this in a Nuzlocke, but I couldn't actually find any concrete proof one way or the other on the spot. If we actually aren't allowed to use traded Pokemon like that in Nuzlocks, or gift Pokemon in general, let me know in the comments. I'm kinda new to this. I'm kind of a scrub. Our next plan is to try to fish up a Gyarados in the areas that I have purposely not had an encounter in. We started by finding a Horsey on the Route 9 and caught it, forgetting to name it again. My goodness. Then we go to Pallet Town and find a Gyarados. We catch it and nickname it Tidal. It has a jolly nature, which is actually really good. Not as good as an NHN after 3, but we'll take it. I decided that it would be smart to smart EV training some of my Pokemon since I need the experience anyway, and tailoring certain stats with such high stakes is probably a good idea. I trained Gyarados specifically in Rock Tunnel on Machops, Mankeys, and Zubats for attack and speed. I trained Zinx in Diglett Cave for speed and trained elsewhere for a little special attack. Finally, I trained Snorlax off of Machops and Mankeys for attack. Once that was done, we went to Route 15 east of Fuchsia City in order to train amongst the trainers of the route for experience and some of that sweet money. We also found a captured Venonat and named it that. Don't ask why. In the next route, we actually ended up finding a wild Ditto, but because we are just way too strong, we killed it. And in the next route, our encounter was Pidgey number 4. We caught it, called it Piss Gang, after one of the memes from someone in the YukiTube community. During our grind though, we lost a very valuable teammate. Did you know Ruggles is able to dig underground? Ruggles could just straight up take his hands, dig a hole underground. He's so strong. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my... I still don't know how that happened. Like, no idea. Rip Ruggles, you will be missed for now. On the note of something positive though, our starter finally reached its final form, Charizard. Charizard is my favorite Pokemon. Hopefully by now y'all left it in the comments what your favorite Gen 1 Pokemon is, and if not, now's a good time to do that. After the grind, we went to the Safari Zone, the point being to grab the gold teeth, which would get us HM04 Strength, and to get Surf, and to find our encounter, which was an Execute. We tried to catch it, and it fled. What a bunch of eggy jerks. Our next stop was the Fighting Dojo. This was for multiple reasons. The first reason was to train our Pokemon some more. The second reason was for our encounter. We ended up getting Hitmonlee, Ruggles Incarnated, Ruggles version 2. Leg day is every day. After what felt like endless grinding and still nowhere close to level cap, we went to the Fusion Gym, killed all the trainers, and fought Koga. Here's how it went down. He starts with coughing and I start with Ghost Fog. The reason for training Ghost Fog, this battle. We put it to sleep with Hypnosis and then kill it with Dream Eater. Next is Muck. We miss a Hypnosis and it uses Sludge for almost nothing. We hit Hypnosis this time and follow up with Dream Eating for half. It wakes up and uses Minimize. I'm obviously now scared, so I hit it with Confuse Ray and it hits back with a Sludge. We try Hypnosis, it misses, then the Muck snaps out of confusion, and of course it does, and uses Minimize again. Now we're just gonna try Hypnosis until it hits, and eventually it does. And now we use Dream Eater until it hits. Fortunately, it only took 2 tries, and we knocked it out. For the next coughing, it stopped our Hypnosis Dream Eater play with a full heal. It did get a couple of sludges on us due to missing Hypnosis repeatedly, but we got it to sleep eventually and used Dream Eater for the knockout. Finally is Wheezing. We used the first Hypnosis and eat its dreams for almost death. It wakes up and uses Sludge, then it heals as we use Nightshade. We put it back to sleep and then eat its dreams for the win. Ghost Fog was an auto win against Koga, which is why I spent so much time training it. I'm glad it worked out. Our next encounter is going to be in the power plant. My plan was to repel Trick in order to get a guarantee of Magneton or Electabuzz encounter, but I forgot to use the repel, and instead we encounter a stupid little ball. That kinda sucks, but regardless, we catch it and call it Sphere Mode. I doubt we'll ever use it. Now it's time to storm Silphcorp. There are these inappropriate people in the building and we have to weed them out. None of the Rocket Grunts stood a chance. Things didn't get spicy until we fought our rival, D-Bag. We started with Pidgeot and we started with Zinx. I use a nice punch and the bird is dead. Next is Growlithe and I switch into Tidal and take a takedown for almost nothing. We respond with Strength, do a lot of damage, and we take another weak takedown. Another Strength beats the dog. Next up are some eggs, and we use our Strength to scramble them, but not before getting paralyzed and confused. So in turn, we just swap out Charizard and cook the eggs instead. Blastoise is next, and we swap to Triff. It uses Protect and fails. Then it uses Water Gun, and we use Yawn. Then I switch to Gyarados just to intimidate it, and take another Water Gun before it falls asleep. We try to hit some of Dragon Rage's while it's asleep, but realizing it'll wake up soon enough, we swap out, but it uses Protect and we miss. Another Protect fails and Snorlax jumps on the turtle. Finally is Alakazam and one Body Slam takes it out. We do take the Lapras from the person, even though I'm never going to use it, and nickname it Nessie. Giovanni fight after wasn't anything special. Easy knockouts all day long, the Master Ball is ours, and now it's time to actually get useful items now that our Pokedex is a little thick. We talk to Professor's Aide, who gives us the item finder, and we use it to get 2 sets of leftovers from the 2 Snorlax locations. I'm sure these will come up and be super helpful, plus who doesn't like leftovers? They're delicious. With that, we got to Sabrina's gym and take her on. She leads with Kadabra and we lead with Tidal. We use Strength for the one-shot. Then out comes Mr. Mime and we use Strength for almost lethal. We take a Psybeam, then it heals as we go for another Strength. It heals again, and I use another Strength. For the record, I really like this, and Leftovers keeps healing us a little. Eventually we kill it, then Venomoth comes out and we hit it with Thrash, doing just over half. It hits Psybeam and confuses us. We surpass Confusion to kill the Moth, then Alakazam comes out. Our Psychic does half, and Thrash does over half. For safety, we switch to Triff, and it takes a Psychic, but also a special defense drop. It uses Psychic again, almost kills us, but not enough. Body Slam takes the battle for us. Now it's time to go to Cinnabar Island, but first we stop at Route 21 and run around in the grass to find a Tangela. We catch the ball Noodles and call it nothing, because I forgot to nickname another one. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose, I'm just Pepega. We make our way to Volcanic Island that hasn't erupted yet, go inside the mansion to get the secret key, amongst other items, and I use a repel to ensure my encounter happens on the bottom floor. We find another Ditto, and this time we know our strength, so we catch it and name it Pog Yu-Gi-Oh! After raiding all the good items in the mansion, we went on another training session to get our dudes close to the level cap of 47, and used this opportunity to EV train Ruggles version 2 in attack and speed. Now it's time to take on Bald Old Blaine. He starts with Growlithe and I start with Hyperion because I am the superior fire type. We use Flamethrower and the critical hit lets it one-shot. Next is Ponyta, and we hit another Flamethrower, getting another crit and killing it in one shot. Rapidash time, and Flamethrower doesn't even do half. The opposing Fire Blast does nothing. Slash Spread does anything, and Fire Blast does nothing again. A Flamethrower takes it up. Finally is Arcanine. We use Flamethrower and get another crit, going over half. Fire Blast does a little more damage. Flamethrower leaves it with a sliver, and Fire Blast brings us to 36 HP. We use another Flamethrower as he heals. To be safe, we swap in the title, eat a Fire Blast, and then use Thrash, leaving it as a sliver again. Another Fire Blast came out, and it healed again, before Thrash could take it out. We got confused from our own Thrash, so we tried attacking and get confused, to take another Fire Blast. Being out of Fire Blasts, we swap into Ruggles version 2, onto a Bite, which does nothing. And then we Brick Break to defeat Arcanine and break his chances of winning that battle. Next, Bill wants to go to some island adventure, and we tell him to F off, and we fight over Radiant City instead to take on the final gym. It turns out to be led by Team Rocket boss Giovanni. What a plot twist! Never saw that coming. He starts with Rhyhorn and we start with Zinx. We start with a Powder Snow to one-shot the Rhino. Out comes another Rhino, and we also one-shot it with an Ice Punch. Trio is next and dies to Ice Punch. Nidoqueen is next and dies to Psychic, and finally Nidoking, losing in one hit to Psychic. A 5-hit KO sweep to get our final gym badge. Nice and easy. Before we go into the final stretch, we need to fix our move pool. We go back to Rock Tunnel to teach Rock Slide to Triff. Then we go to the game corner, buy some coins because we don't believe in gambling, and go buy the Shadow Ball TM and teach it to Snorlax, because in Gen 3, Ghost moves are physical for some reason, in case you didn't know that. We also teach Earthquake the title, giving it an excellent physical move. Finally, we get the TM for return and teach it to Triff, getting rid of Body Slam. Time to fight D-Bag again, always being an annoying D-Bag of course. He starts with Pidgeot against our Zinx. One Ice Punch takes it out. Next comes Rhyhorn, and Powder Snow takes it out in one shot too. Growlithe is next, and we one-shot it with Psychic. When Blastoise comes out, we swap the title to Intimidate it, and it uses a Bite for hardly any damage. We use Earthquake for about a third, and it take another Bite. We land another Earthquake, and it uses Rain Dance. A third Earthquake doesn't take it out, and we get another Bite. We finish it with Strength, and it takes out Execute. We use Strength to almost kill it, and then get paralyzed. It tried to use Solar Beam, but we smashed those eggs. Finally, Alakazam, it starts with disabling my Strength, and I get paralyzed. It uses Calm Mind, and Earthquake brings it down to a sliver. It uses Psychic for half, and we get paralyzed again. Then it almost kills us with Psychic, 6 HP remaining, and we kill it. Thank God. What a D-bag. Before entering Victory Road, we found another Fearow as our grassy counter and nickname it Harpy. We move on to Victory Road, and our final encounter of the game is an Onix. For some reason we killed it because we just don't need an Onix. While going through the cave though, I make the biggest mistake in the entire challenge. For some reason, I was autopiloting, and I tried to have Ruggles version 2 use High Jump Kick on a Chansey, and it misses, and well, yeah. This was a learning experience. I'll never use High Jump Kick again. Rep Ruggles once again. Anyway, we made it through the cave with no more casualties, no more stupidities, and we have one more grinding session prior to taking on the Pokemon League to make our Pokemon strong. Our final team before the league consists of a level 60 title, Triff, Hyperion, and Zinx, a level 40 Harpy, and a level 45 Ghost Fog. I picked level 60 because Lance's Ace Dragonite is level 60, making it the Elite 4 Ace. After a little prep and figuring out how to best combat the league, we saved, bought some items, and went inside her. First off is Loralee and her Dugong. We start with Triff. It uses Ice Beam for barely anything, and we hit Return for massive damage. It heals, and we hit it with Shadow Ball. Also, Leftovers putting in great work. It hits another Ice Beam, and we use Return to finish it. Cloyster comes out and we switch to Tidal. Cloyster uses Hail. By the way, Gyarados has Dragon Dance now, and we just start spamming it on the Cloyster because its only attacking move is Dive. After 5 dances, we proceed to sweep her whole team with Strength. Yep, our snack is very fast and very hard thanks to all that dancing. Second is Bruno, and he starts with his hard snack against my Zinx. We make his hard snack cold and it shrinks and disappears. Hitmonchan is next, who gets one-shot by Psychic. Same goes for the following Onix, Machamp, and Hitmonlee. Easy dub. Third is this old lady who prefers her poisonous Pokemon. She starts with Gengar and I start with Triff. It goes for Double Team and we miss a Shadow Ball. It does go for another Double Team and our second Shadow Ball hits. Next is Golbat. We take an Air Cutter and nearly one-shot it with Return. It heals, which means I get extra healing out of leftovers, and I critical hit it with Return for the knockout. Arbok is next and we lose a little attack. We do a quick switch to Hyperion and eat a Sludge Bomb and get poisoned, but it's no issue because we switch back into Triff and return his attack to normal from the Intimidate. And speaking of that, we use Return after getting hit by a Screech. It survived with a Sliver, we took another Sludge Bomb and Arbok dies. Gengar is next, and it misses Hypnosis and gets one shot by Shadow Ball. Final Pokemon is Haunter. It uses Curse, and then we hit a Shadow Ball for game. Fourth is Lance, the Master of Dragons. Also shout out to Papa C, because we're starting out this battle with an honor battle. Gyarados vs Gyarados. We start with a Dragon Dance, and he uses Dragon Rage. Thanks to leftovers, it isn't doing that much. We do another dance, and he goes for another Rage. And we do another dance, and it uses Bite. We dance a 4th time, and it uses another Dragon Rage. We do another Dragon Dance, and eat another Dragon Rage. We decide to now be offensive and one-shot it with Strength. Aerodactyl is next. We hit it with Strength, and it uses Scary Face. Then another Strength takes it out. Dragonair is third, and Earthquake kills it easily. Same goes for the 4th Dragonair, while leftovers keeps healing us along the way. Finally is Dragonite, and Strength gets probably an unnecessary crit and defeats the Dragonite, beating the Elite Four. And now, there's only one challenger left before we successfully complete our first Nuzlocke ever. Hardcore, in only one attempt. D-Bag. For the final battle, he starts with Pidgeot and we start with Zinx. We freeze his bird to death for a strong start. Next is Rhydon, who we also one-shot with Ice Beam. Arcanine is third, and we swap the Tidal, who eats a critical hit Flamethrower. We respond with an Earthquake that doesn't one-shot it, and we take another Flamethrower. I knew he'd heal, so I used the opportunity to Dragon Dance. With that, Earthquake did indeed one-shot it. Alakazam is next, and we use another Earthquake to one-shot the Alakazam. Next is Executor. We hit Strength for not even half, and fall asleep. We stay asleep, and it uses Light Screen, followed by Giga Drain, followed by missing an Egg Bomb. We wake up and use another Dragon Dance, while getting hit by another Giga Drain. We use Strength and bring it into the red, while getting hit by another Sleep Powder. He heals, and we stay asleep. We stay asleep for another turn, and get hit by another Giga Drain, and then a Light Screen, and then another Giga Drain. We finally wake up and use a third Dragon Dance, while it misses an Egg Bomb. We use Strength, and it wasn't quite enough. It puts us back to sleep, and it heals on the following turn. It sets up another Light Screen, then we wake up and use a 4th Dragon Dance, and it uses another Giga Drain. We use Strength, and it barely survives, and puts us to sleep. It actually just won't die. It heals while we sleep, then we sleep more, and take another Egg Bomb. We stay asleep, and it uses another Light Screen. We use a 5th Dragon Dance once we wake up, and it misses another Egg Bomb. I find it hilarious how often this Egg Bomb actually misses while we're asleep. Like, we can't even move. Why is it missing? We use Strength, finally knocking this beast of a tree out. Finally is Blastoise, and we one-shot it with Earthquake, winning our very first Nuzlocke on the first attempt. Thank you so much for sticking it out until the end. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, because I want to make more videos like this. Now that my cherry is popped, I have many more ideas for Pokemon challenges to introduce. If you guys want to see them, like the video and subscribe for more. Thanks again guys, and take care.